Hello and welcome back to NoMansSky, everybody. ElanPaul here with your weekend anomaly mission. This is the weekend mission for the dates. Let's see, it's September 19th through the 21st, 2025. And we're going to go see what our mission has in store for us today. So, yeah, everybody's using Corvettes right now, as you can see. This is my little space beetle, if you will. That's what I call this one. Anyway, there we go, pulling the whole anomaly. We'll take it in. I'll show it off a little more when we get inside. I think I've shown you all this before. It's like a double beetle type situation. Really love what they did with the outside landing jets, if you will, turning them into thrusters. So they go fully back rather than pointing an angle down, so that's kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, everybody's using Corvettes right now, and there was a question asked on one of the live streams we did as to whether anybody has been using their single-player ships anymore. You know, this is the regular ordinary little ships, and you know, honestly, this is the focus right now. Everybody is so focused on these Corvettes, it'll be like this for quite some time. But yeah, we're going to get back to using our little ships at some point. So, I love this little place. Even got a bar inside and everything like that. Yeah, there's not much to it. There's not much to this ship. But, you know, it is actually, it's a pretty cool little ship here. You know, looks like it has 8 legs. I've got the Deadeye cannons on them. I just, temporarily, I don't know if I'm going to keep them or not. I do like them, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, not bad. Not bad little ship. So, anywho, let's go head back into the anomaly here. Take our teleporter pad. And see what the mission is for today. Now, I think I saw a little bit of Captain Steve's run. Yep, that's what I thought. Taming wild creatures. So it's called Untamed Pallets is what they named this one. For me, I get 1800 Quicksilver as usual, like everybody else. But I'm going to get a Warp Hypercore out of this, and I'm kind of like that. I mean, that's a great idea. It's kind of nice to get one of those. And you can see here it is again on another mission there. Let's see. Priest Entity Nada, examining their own definition of life, wishes to study the psychology of biological life forms. They posit that all biological life is enslaved by the demands of organic tissue and will compromise other motivations in pursuit of nourishment. Nada calls upon their traveler friends to examine the response of wildlife to strangers and report on how creatures can be tamed through food. Okay, and you see I got a secondary reward of 412,000 units, so we're going to go ahead and initialize that. I don't know if you all read this on a regular basis, but sometimes it's Nada, sometimes it's Polo's got you doing things. So, good to go ahead and do that. You notice it says ground crew 1 of 4, but you know, I don't have 4 people. I'm not in multiplayer right now, but we're going to just go ahead and get started on the mission here, and we will show you what we need to do. Okay, good deal. Now, one thing, obviously you're going to need some food. You'll need carbon to make creature pellets. So hopefully you have progressed in your own saves to get creature pellets. In mine, let me see. Got a lot of stuff in here. I got 50 right now, so we should be good. Should be good. I'm not going to make more unless I really have to. Alright, it should take us into hyperspace, into a system. Hopefully this is working. Last time, it threw us at a system that didn't make any sense whatsoever. It's almost like, yeah, you're pretty far away. You're going to have to restart your mission. I'm like, wait, what? Alright. Abstract Stew. Okay, yeah, I think we're in the right place now. I think they're one of the Hello Games developers, if I remember correctly. Nope. If you look at the bottom right, mission target is very distant. Reset to a nearby location from the log. So if we pay attention to this, if that happens to you guys, just go in here to the log and hit the restart mission using nearby structures. Okay? And let's see the countdown. Okay? And it should get us to a local planet. Hold on. Now, if it doesn't, which I don't think this will... Fauna dense planet located. Wait a minute. Ah, okay, there we go. Up here. Okay. You got it. Acrid moon, fungal mold, copper. What do we got? High sentinel activity, but it's not aggressive, so that's good. Vile brood detected. That means we've got grubs on this one. And if in case you're wondering what those are, we'll give you a little treat on this one, and we'll show you what we're talking about with these. Now, with the Corvette, of course, we don't have to land. Just get out of your seat. I have a hotkey set up for it, so I can just get out of my seat on whim now. And you can either beam down or you can just jump out of the hatch. You know what? Let's open the hatch. Time to just jump for once. Skydive. I love skydiving. I think this is awesome. Seems to be taking us to a specific spot. What's this? That's my beaming unit. That's why it wouldn't have let me go down anyway. Oh, that's funny. All right, well, it's good to know that's there in this particular unit. So it says to tame wildlife creatures, we got to do 37 of them. If you look around, the flying creatures aren't going to help you. That is a very interesting looking creature. I'm going to scan that. Oh, okay, it's the little flying saucer style creatures. We need creatures that are going to be on the ground, like that dude right there. And maybe that one over there at 172. But we need them in large quantities. And you know what I'm not seeing? I'm not seeing a lot of large quantities here. Like this dude here would be fine if there was a lot more of them. I see another one up there, but we're not getting a lot of creatures here. And they're not going to be eating. All right, let's see what happens. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think I've got my food set to a hotkey as well. Nope, guess not. I'll set it to 7. So that way all I have to do is hit the 7 and some food pops out. Now, problem is, that's going to be 1. Watch this. Yep. Okay, we got 1. So either this is going to take a very, very long time, or we just need to find a larger population of creatures. Now, one of the things that you can do on these missions is you can... you don't have to stay. If you think there's a planet nearby that has more creatures in it, you can by all means go to another planet, as long as you stay in the same system. As soon as you hit that hyperdrive, though, it's done. It's done. Okay, so keep that in mind. I don't know where that food ended up, but we'll get a second one out of that. Okay, and there's the grub. Yeah, I know. I'll get away from you. There's one of the grubs I was talking about. So in case you're wondering what this is about, some of you, this came from an expedition a while back. So what you would do is you would pick up this grub. Okay, goes into your inventory. And let me just make sure I've got a gun ready. Boltcaster, no, let's go neutron cannon. That'll be better. Okay, and when you go into here, and you can do this, crush larva. So what'll happen is it indicates that vile brood is detected. And you get one of these really large creatures like this. And he shoots stuff at you, as you can see, and also gets these little guys to come after you. Usually, they come after you. You know, but basically, it's just a matter of taking them out. So there's the, you know, the icon at the top. They're not really that tough to do. I do usually go to the sides. I take out the side areas real fast. And that's it. Literally, that's it. That's all there is. That's done. And, oh, what do you know? I got a broodling skull. It's one of the few skulls I didn't get, and I happened to just get it on this particular run. Go figure. Unbelievable. Okay, well, that's cool. So again, I'm going to look around, look for some more creatures. There's a few out in the distance there, but I don't seem to be finding many. So let's take a look at discoveries. So we go out here, we see this 4 different planets. Looks like a little moon too, if I'm not mistaken. Grassy moon, and I guarantee you this will have more creatures on it. Forsaken, not so much. Humid, maybe. So these 2 down here. Let's go to a different planet. Let's do the option of going to a different planet. This is Flora. Yeah, I get you. There we go. Let's go to a different planet. So I know this seems odd to you, and I know I saw Captain Steve and his gang stay on this planet, but as pretty as this planet is, I think it's time to go to a different one. So I'm going to go to first person so I can check out the planets. There's the humid planet. I don't know where the moon is. Let me just take a look around. Looks like they're all this way. So the moon would be over that way. Let's check out the moon because it looked like a nicer planet, if you will. Unless that was the planet. Oh, there it is, right there. Grassy moon. Let's check it out. It's not far. And it's tiny. It is tiny. Look at the size of this thing. Good grief. Alright, let's check this one out. And we'll do the same thing. Yeah, look at that. We're already in the atmosphere. You can still see the curve of the place. Let's see how many animals we got here. Whoop. I think I came a little bit too close to the ground on that one. There we go. And let's take a look. Might take a moment for them to scale in. So there's one big one there, but I just got a feeling we're going to see a lot more. Let's scan one animal, like this guy up here, which we can't feed, and just see. It'll tell us how many animals we got here. Bottom right. There we go. So it only shows 7. Only shows 7, but guess what we see over here? Looks like we see a bunch. Let me go over here real quick. All right. Okay. This is actually a little better. Oh, okay. Hey, guys. Hi there. Let me put a couple pieces of food out here. So this is a good thing. So I'm going to switch over to my laser. Got to be careful. If you pull that out too soon. Oh, look at this. Even got a sea turtle. Land turtle? That's pretty cool. I want to scan that one. That would be great to have around. See, they're all very happy. And see, we just went up to 11. So that's 9 creatures. So what you can do then, shoot your laser a few times. You'll get a bunch of question marks. And then go ahead and drop some more food immediately. Okay? And you see the count just climbed right back up again. See there? We're up to 20 again. Isn't that great? There, get the question marks to appear. Drop some more food. And you keep doing this over and over again. You get all these animals to reacclimate to you. Looks like we got a couple extras that might be coming over. $25. We only have 37 to get. Okay, drop some more food. We're up to 30. Okay, this should be the last batch. 35, 36, and 37. We got it. So, see, that was a pretty smart idea to come over here. If you want, you can pick up some PCM. These guys can sometimes be attackers. You got to check that out. Nope, non-uniform. It says wise. Yeah, it says he was wise. So, yeah, he's not an attack animal. It would have said he was a killer type animal. So, all right. So, I guess we got it all. And that is how to do it. So, like I said, as long as you don't hyperspace out of this system and go somewhere else, should be good. Should be good. Oh, okay. My cockpit is inside of a tree. There we go. So that was fun. Nice little planet, too. I kind of like that little moon. I like it a lot better than where we were. All right, let's go ahead and pull in the Anomaly. And that's how you get around that issue with the Anomaly, too. If you exit the Anomaly and you go into hyperspace and it says, oh, too far away, pay attention to the menu system. It'll tell you to restart the mission. And here we go. We're returning. So we're going to get our rewards. We will check out the Quicksilver vendor, because that 1800 Quicksilver is kind of a good thing to have. Save it up if you can. You can buy some nice things with it, usually through there. A lot of those things that you're purchasing are cosmetic items, but you're going to get to the point, especially if you're a new player, you're going to get to the point as you go through, progress through the game, and you get done with the main storylines, and you're just getting to a point of just exploring. When you're exploring, you're like, hey, I want to do some neat things, and I want to create a base that has some nice objects in it like this. I want to get, some pretty cool stuff and set up my own bases and stuff like that. You're going to be very happy to have all that Quicksilver. Because the cosmetic items you're getting are not just specifically for you or your character. They're also for your base items and things like that too. So, all right. So, complete the mission. I could have changed my exit setting, but I do want to go home after this. So, there's my Warp Hypercore, which, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it went into my other area over there. So, yeah, look at that. Vile Cortex. Cool. It's a glorious trophy, it says. That is pretty neat. I haven't had one of those. All right, so we go to the Quicksilver vendor. One thing that happens when you do these missions is normally you go to the Create Exotic Items number 1. Normally there's items to unlock, and the more of those missions you do, the more of these items unlock. They're all unlocked right now because we're in the middle of an expedition, so I've already got all the things that are in here. I don't go for the fireworks. I'm not much of a fireworks guy. So you're going to see I've never gathered up the fireworks and never really cared for it, but I have everything that's ever been in here. Also not a bite beat type person. Although, Cosine will never forget you. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Anyway, more fireworks. Myth Beacon, they have 1,000 of them. You can get them if you need to. Explain that at another time. It's not important right now. And I think void eggs as well. You have many of those in there if you want to grow yourself a living ship. Another time for that as well, guys. And you see I've got everything else. Okay, so got everything out of here. Plus, if you were a participant in Twitch drops, you'll see your Twitch rewards is in here too. You can gather that, and you can get any one of those things that you want to claim. So I've already got most of those things anyway, even though it says they're available. Finally, last but not least, over here is your mission terminal for the expedition. So if you want to do it from one of your main saves, by all means you can go in here. I've already done it once, as you can see, and I've already finished it. So that gives me all those items in this particular save. Not to mention I can keep recreating things from that save into this. So that'll be really great. So that should do it, guys. Now, if you're going to be doing anything at the space station, remember, while you're in the expedition, nothing is saved, okay? Pardon me, not the expedition, the Anomaly mission. Nothing is saved. So make sure you get into your ship and get a save point, okay? Whether it's one of your fighters or whether you have to jump in and out of your Corvette. So make sure you get a restore point. It does auto-save, but it's always good to do that. And if you don't feel like doing that, you yourself can also put a save point within your ship, like I just did. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits here. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We will see you again next time. Take care and ta-ta.